Well, actually, this is kind of a key sculpture for me because it was my first my first commission, and it was a good sized commission for me, and it was donated. It was in front of a new middle school, they called it at that time, not really a junior high, it's a middle school, and it was called Aldrich. Well, Aldrich family is the one that were the family behind the Beloit Iron Works. They have a foundation, and so they paid for this commission. They commissioned me to do a sculpture on the outside, and Frank Boggs to do, which was a local, he was the head of the art department at Beloit College, but Frank did this big mural inside that's right outside of the gymnasium. It's about 5 or 6 feet high and about like 50 feet wide, and it's a tremendous thing. But I did this out in front. Well, I was trying to think again what to do, and I wanted it to be big, and I hadn't at that time really developed a way to work, and I didn't have the space. So since they're going to be up in the air, you're going to see them as silhouettes. I didn't have to worry about what's going to be in the top and whether they look like feathers. So I went over to the foundry and I made a mold of the wings and the body and tail. You know, it's all, there were 3 pieces. I'm going to weld it together. So then I had it cast, about 30 of them, cast in aluminum. Instead of, you know, I wanted a material that will last. So I had only 2 welds. I had to weld just the kind of butt end of the wings into the part that's going to be the body, and you're going to see it from below. So I didn't worry too much about any detail, and it was on about a 16-foot pedestal that I had right out in front of one of the entrances. And this pedestal was precast and down at a factory down in Beloit here, and then set in place. And then I had, in the meantime, welded these parts of the birds together. I think there are around 26 of them. And I wanted it to be a big flock. You got to get more than like 6 to be a flock. You got to get more than 15 to be a flock. You got to get up to at least 20 or 21, where you can't look at 20-some birds like that and make a design out of it. You know, you cluster. What I had to do was cluster 4 or 5 of them, and then let them come as a part of another cluster. But they all had to still come to this pedestal and be supported by like just a certain kilo, more or less, of this work. It's been there through quite a few changes at the school. It was a middle school and it's a junior high now, and this, but it's still the idea of kids just there clustering and they're flying, they're just getting their wings. And